Welcome again to another HASSDISCUSSES. Rugga Gambino is here again. I previously interviewed him at Gritty Records Studio. Great place, saw a whole studio session. First time I ever saw a studio session was then, so that was a fun time. And now he's back again. Dangerous is out. Is this like a previously recorded, like in the vault, or is it really newly recorded, the Dangerous song?
I recorded it about 2 weeks ago for
Alright, so that's fairly recent, Is this a single off a new project, or is it just like a non-album single?
I say Dangerous one of them it's one of them ones if you really listen you could tell like that's how I feel at the moment, you know what I mean? Like
So it's like Closer.
nah, Closer was just one of those industry type songs.
Okay, so you just
That
wanted so you're saying there's a difference between this and Closer because you wanted that to blow up, but this you were like, all right, I got to get some off my chest.
yeah, that's mainly most of my music.
I feel like that's your more connectable music, if that makes sense. People could connect with
Yeah,
that.
that's
People could connect with Dangerous over Closer. Closer is just for like, you're having your birthday party and you want the girl that is on the other side of the road to throw it back on you. That's the closest for. You know what I mean?
uh,
Yeah. And I feel like it's good to know the differentiation and the audience, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like, did you say you at least consider your audience when you make something?
Um that's a hard question. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because every song isn't going to hit a certain select audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I can make a pop song that's not going to hit the streets as hard as it would if I drop a song like Street Code that's on my album,
Or
where that's going to hit
Warzone.
the streets. See, Warzone hit both crowds
Yeah.
because people like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I sometimes think about my audience, but sometimes I don't because like it depends on how I feel. If I feel away and I'm making a song, it's for me. It's not for nobody else. So it's all up to me, honestly. So to answer your question, sometimes.
It's good to think that way, though. It's not. You can't think the same way about everything someone makes, or else you're just consistently putting out the same
The same exact thing. Every time
trash.
if you
Like, not like yours is not trash because you at least try and think, okay, this is gonna hit this type of group. This is gonna
yeah,
hit this type of group. And that's just because I feel like you've been at this for a while compared to a lot of people I've been seeing now. Because like I don't
yeah.
know, I've been starting to learn a lot. Obviously you've been doing this since. Was it before? Is there like a moment before 2016 where you like in 2014 would you have seen anything from you musically?
2014, I was doing freestyles off of an iPhone 4S. My man Joel can tell you that, bro. Like my man Joel will tell you that. Like I was rapping off an iPhone 4S and playing beats off of a computer. Like
It was very amateur. I yeah, it's just like
like just saying anything that came to mind. Like
yeah.
so,
I feel like
you know,
when people get into stuff, there's always some block that they gotta like push through or the ceiling. You know what I mean? So you're saying doing all that stuff that you may look back on in disappointment got you past the ceiling. You know what I mean? In a way.
for sure.
Yeah.
Coming from where we come from, anything really is a win for us. That isn't a loss, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything we do, it got to be a win. I feel like we don't take losses too much. So
Yeah. There isn't like what would you consider a loss though? Like what do you mean by loss?
a loss for us is just something like a project. Like if I dropped a project and they didn't do what I projected it to do or predicted it to do, it's a loss for me. Or if I lose one of my homies, that's a loss. You know what I mean? Like a win though is if I just made $300-400 off of a feature, or if I just made such and such streams today off of this project or this song that I did.
Or like you do a
You know what
feature
I
with
mean?
someone and it's not all like complicated and they're like I don't. They're like I know what you mean. A more fluid.
Yeah, any
business
feature is never
procedure.
complicated because I don't negotiate. Anybody that ever did a song with me and they paid money, they'll tell you I don't negotiate shit. We
So
got
you're
a
very
standard
fluid with the
price.
way you work. You're just like
Yeah, we got a standard price.
processes.
I'm sticking to that. And if you don't got the money, don't even talk to me, bro. Like we not doing this.
Well, I
You
mean,
know
if
what I
you
mean?
look at the views, man, if you look at the SoundCloud streams, it's fair to say that you've been sort of solidified locally since 2016. But I feel like in 2015 and 2014, I would be like, who? You know what I mean? But then after,
Hmm.
and then the controller, yeah, dude. But who made the beat though to Dangerous? I think I really mess with it. Who made that one?
I forget, bro. Um, I forget who made that, bro. I get so many beats a day.
You
Like,
is that the majority of what you spend your time daily if you're not recording is going through the beats on your YouTube or whatever you find beats on?
yeah. I'm either on YouTube on the phone with Swishy cooking up. You know what I mean? Putting in calls to some of my guys. I got some guys in the UK. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Shout out Prod Realist. He out in the UK right now. He sent me a little bit of packages here and there. I got Swaco out in Cali. Shout out Swaco. You know what I mean? I got guys everywhere that I can just put a call in and get some beats from. So you know what I mean?
yeah, that's cool to see. You're being out. You're connecting with people out of state and also internationally. Like I saw, I don't know if you're familiar with Stoner X, but I saw him doing a song with someone from like South Africa. And
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. Like I mess with that stuff. Like that's cool to see.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
So obviously it's like, oh, it's the new year. Everybody thinks that the first day it starts, everything's gonna be fucking different. But I gotta ask this quick question though. What's a short term and a long term goal you have for the year musically?
Short term is by March I should have another project out or two. They're already done. It's just a matter of putting it in the right hands at this point.
And you do have hundreds of vaulted, you know, as you stated
This don't
earlier
stop.
when we were talking.
This
Um,
this this doesn't stop, bro. Like I got so many songs. This shit is not even funny. Like good quality songs at this point. Like I hear a lot of rappers, artists, or whatever you want to call these guys, with songs that are good, but the quality doesn't make the song what it should be. If you know what I mean.
yeah, like I know people that they release whatever they record, and they don't really have anything in the vault. You know, some people just are wired differently, if that makes sense.
Damn right.
So
My whole team wired different if we talking about that
yeah,
because I'll be on the phone with Scheme or something, and he'll record a song like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop this tomorrow." No, you're not,
so
because
you're very good at like not controlling, but like sort of telling people to slow the fuck down. You know what I mean?
I'm good at setting a pace.
Yes.
Let
Yeah.
me set the tone. Let me set the tone for y'all. Let me show y'all the ropes. This is what I do with them. I told Swishy this. Let me show you the rope. When I first met Swishy, bro, Swishy was making beats that were good, but they wasn't all the way there yet. He didn't have somebody to put it in somebody's ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when I first met him, he was sending me shit like, "Yo, I want to do some work." I said, "Listen, I'm gonna put you under my wing, and I promise you, in 6 months, you're gonna have a name for yourself."
When was
I
this?
told him that. This was almost a year ago, if not a year ago. Within 6 months, within them 6 months, we did a song that
Was that
thousand
on the
plays.
the Swish EP?
Nah, that, but that was one of our first songs, I believe. But intro was the first song we ever put out
Oh,
together.
the Leader of the Mob one.
Intro. So
Strongest
before
song
it
on the
even
project.
dropped, before I even dropped, I performed it. The whole building knew the words. And it's documented. I can send you the video off camera. It's documented.
You're gonna have to, man. I want to see
I
that.
told him, I said, "Listen, bro, before anything, this song gonna blow up. Watch." And we did that. We performed it. That happened. He got on the radio with that song.
Which radio?
That Power 99. It was on the radio. Shout out to DJ Katie Lee. I got him on there. and now we're working toward other shit to push that song forward.
Will there ever be a Rugga Gambino and Swishy collaboration tape?
Shit, it's damn near done, to be honest with you.
Oh, so yeah, I love seeing tapes that people do with producers. I feel like there's always I have a sweet spot for that as a fan of the genre. You know, you got obviously Savage Mode 2 this year, or you got the like Hit Boy had a great run this year. He did the Nas album, but he also did the Big Sean album.
Right.
And then, or Freddie Gibbs, he'll do like a Mad Lib or The Alchemist. There's a certain bond when every song doesn't sound the same, but like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Just there's a fluid, everything's like not the same, but it sounds like enjoyable because they work well together. So I just like to see that shit, you know? And it sounds like,
sure.
And when a rapper picks a producer, that shows they're gonna respect. It's not fucking all about me, you know? It's about fitting with that person's art and that person fitting with you. It's like this mutual fucking, you know, fuse.
Yeah, especially one of those guys I sit down and talk to, and I'd be like, let's work on this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And he always with it. Like, you know what I mean? He trusts me with his career, and I appreciate that. I tell him that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say I started him. I don't want to say, you know what I mean, I made him. I didn't. He made himself. I can't make somebody. I can only show you the tools that I got and that I used to do what I did.
I feel like I don't like when people say they make people. You know, I
yeah,
feel
like you can't make somebody.
I think the better term would be push him. You pushed his artist in a better, helpful.
Exactly. I just showed him the ropes. That's all I did. I didn't make. He made himself. You got to put out the product. Somebody can't say they made me because I put out the product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your name has to be solidified off of you. You can't be known as, oh, that's the boy that hang with Rugga. You can't be that. You gotta be, oh, that's Rugga and Swishy. You know what I mean? Or that's Rugga and Matos. Or that's Rugga and Scheme. You know what I mean? You just can't be known as one of those guys that hang with us. And that's what my plan is for everybody.
You don't want your affiliates to be known as like Scheme's that one guy who hangs out with Rugga. You want Scheme to be fucking Scheme. You know, I feel like that's.
We don't need to associate my name with anybody for them to be who they are. Like, don't say my name with theirs to make it seem like, oh, he's not popping without my name behind him. I want everybody to be popping with or without my name, regardless.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of what do they call them? Like artist-owned labels. There'll never be some cases that happens, but most of the time there's always like. Everybody looks at Rockefeller as like fucking until Kanye. They were like Rockefeller's Jay-Z's label, you know?
Right.
And then after Kanye was like booming, it was like, oh, this is like an actual there's different people besides Jay-Z on this shit. And I feel like that's what someone who's signed to a rapper would fear. Similar to how Drake's situation is or yeah, I know what you mean with that. It's feared to be known as just an affiliate as opposed to own your own and shit.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like people gotta like shouldn't be afraid to talk about what they fear, you know?
Nah. We're not here to take nobody's career. We're here to build it.
Yeah. Like I've done interviews with people and they're like, I don't mess with no Delaware artists. Fuck all the Delaware artists. And I had to cut it out of the interview because, like, I can't respect that. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on now. It's really disappointing. I'm not going to name names, but I don't know. I feel like people got to have bigger sense of a fucking community and shit. With anything.
But
not even just
those
music.
Are the guys right there. Those guys right there that say that, those are the ones that are ass. Those are the ones that can't even outstream kids that got 200 followers. You know what I'm saying? It's guys out here that let comments and likes get to their head. I know a couple guys that gets thousands of views on Instagram. But if you go to their SoundCloud, they're getting 200 views, 300 views. It don't add up.
Yeah.
You're Instagram popping, but you're not popping on the music scale. I'm not Instagram popping too heavy, but on the other ends of this shit, when I drop music, it does stream. So I don't give a fuck about Instagram. That's why I say I don't care if my posts get 2 likes or 2,000 likes. I don't give a fuck
Because your
because at the end
music
of
is
the day,
something that I could add to a playlist.
my streams are always going to be good no matter what. You can say they're bought, you can say they're fake, but they're not because you can ask somebody, you heard this song before? They're going to say yes,
Yeah, like
no
I
matter
could
what.
actually, and I do. I add your fucking music to my playlist. You know what I mean? It's just shit that people, you know what I mean. But some people just are like, I don't want to name names. I mean, I'll tell you off camera. You know what I mean? But some people are just trying to do. I don't want to get in an argument about, fucking 6ix9ine, but they look to just get that social media attention. I don't want to argue about him right now, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
though. They have the
They
same
want to be they
mindset that
want
he
to be
has.
a troll. Yeah, they want to be a troll and do this and that. I know a couple guys like that, but I can tell you now, it's a lot of talented guys out here that don't need the troll, and they don't. It's a
Yeah,
lot of talented guys out here that are really it. You got the whole FSC, Timmy B, Quan, Bam, all of them. They
Quan
all
Boy.
good people.
Yeah,
They all
dude.
yeah, they're crazy. They're all good people. You got fucking Jordan Worldstone. You got fucking Nay, talented.
Yo,
You got motherfucking
nasals.
like, come on, like you got who else? Fucking Be Nice. Like,
There's a
come on,
difference
dog.
between
Chill Joey.
having like
Like,
a respectful
shit, crazy.
argument in a comment section and being like, "This shit's ass. Fuck you." You know what I mean? It's
Like,
so
it's too many
different.
talented people out here, bro. Like, I can just name them all day, but
Yeah.
it's also guys out here that are fucking trash.
And I feel like I've I don't want to do a specific name to someone that's trash, but I was reviewing someone's album, right? And I really didn't like this guy's verse on it, and I really thought he was
We're,
the worst
we're,
part
we're
of
on
the
the we're
album.
on the Mike Hass we're on the Mike Hass show. You got to keep it 100, so you got to say his name. What's his name? I might agree with you.
But I gotta say his name? But like, nah.
You're on the Mike Hass show. You got to. You're on the Mike Hass.
All right, so
You're wrong. Got to keep it real on Mike Hass.
gotta keep it real.
Got to keep
All
it
right,
real on
fuck it,
Mike
slide
Hass.
it out. This guy slide it out. I don't know if you heard of him.
Slide it out.
Yeah. But
Never heard of him. Where's
I
he
did a
from?
fucking review of my friend Jace's album, and I thought that his Slide It Out's verse on it was the weakest verse, and I just didn't. I was like, all right, when I talk about this song, I'm not gonna say his name in a review. I'm gonna say I like Paul Butler's verse on it, and the other verse I was like, it's all right. It's like really robotic and shit. And then I just didn't mention him in the review because I didn't mess with his music, and it's not even a review of his project. All right, so he's all up in my DMs, and he's like, yo, you're not giving me the credit that I deserve. And I was like, dude, the project isn't even yours. It's not all about you. Like, if you wanted me to shout you out in the review, I would have done it, but you never talked to me about it. And then
Right.
he just starts blowing my phone up, and he's just like blocking me like out of nowhere because he's like, you're not giving me the credit I deserve. And I was like, dude, if you deserve credit, then I would have said something about you.
Right.
You know what I mean? People got to realize that, like, you can't force someone to talk about you. You know, you got to you have to offer something. You know what I mean? You got to have something to
Yeah.
offer.
So who is this kid? Is this kid like popping?
Nah, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it a bean, okay? And I don't care. It's my show. I can talk whatever shit I want because he's expecting me. Bro, I'm going to be honest. Thanks you for giving me that confidence. Like, but, I don't know. He's just he went to Glasgow or something, but he moved to Jersey, but he lives in Delaware, but he lived in Delaware but moved to Jersey. He's got all right music, but I think
Right.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's certain people
I
that deserve to be
never
recognized.
I never even heard of somebody with that name. You ever heard of Slide It Out? His name Slide It Out. That's kind of fruity, ain't it?
Shit.
That's kind of fruity, right? He not, from what I'm hearing. His name Slide It Out. Is he on album music?
Yeah, he is.
He's on album music apparently, but his name's Slide It Out. That's a little I don't know. I don't care if you see this interview, but that's kind of gay. I think he need to change that. Like slide on him or something like that. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Slide it out
send
if
me
you're
that off
watching
cam. When we
this.
off camera, bro, you gotta send me that.
Slide out if you're
Send me
watching
that.
this. Not afraid to have a confrontation in person if you dislike comments. I'm just speaking my experiences I've had with you. Anyways, what local artists have you had? Nah, I don't want to. Scheme. Talk about Scheme though. We gotta talk about Scheme.
That's it.
Has
That's
he got
the
a new
boy.
project coming out? Like, is he gonna be dropping something soon?
See, people. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, Mike has. So, Scheme. He's not dropping right now because he has things going on. But he can drop if he wants to. Let's put it out there.
So he has stuff in the vault, but he's not really recording new stuff.
Not yet. But when he does, man, I feel bad. I feel bad for people.
What do you mean feel
because
bad for people?
Scheme is one of the best I've heard in a while come out of this shit. And then he just took a break, which is fine. I've done that. I took a 6-month break. Now when he comes back, this month, I promise you he'll be back this month. By the end of this month, you'll have a song from Scheme. Brand new, nothing old. It'll be out.
I know what you mean because, like, there's a certain thing where, like, if someone really tries and knows the right connections, they'll take a break, but then, like, or either they'll be in a tough spot financially. Like, I know, and I'm not saying studio sessions are, like, what make people. I'm not saying you have that, like, go to a studio and buy studio time to, like, make good music, but it sure fucking helps. And there's a different. I know people that make music at home, and I know people that make music in studios. Majority of people that I know that make music in studios, it might take a while to save up for the bread to go to the studio, but it sounds fucking better. Okay, I'll tell you that right to your face. Majority of people that go to studios try hard, take time to write, like months to write this shit.
Yeah.
It's always something different, you know? And I know a couple people that, like, they got Logic at home. They mix everything themselves. Paul Butler's a good example of that. He doesn't go to studio that much. He's fire as shit, and he's all at home. He knows what he's doing. He's got the soul sample beats all chopped up. He's got producers that he's known since high school helping him out. He's got his own unit. But sometimes my bro Jace, he goes to fucking, like, this place in Newark. I forget, Occupy, some shit like that.
Occupy Studios.
Exactly. He, like, yeah.
I would never record there.
Why?
It doesn't fit my standard.
I don't know, but
I have a certain standard, and if you don't fit my standard, I won't come to your studio.
But also, I mean, your record label's Gritty. You go to Gritty Records, so. And Giovanni, he's a nice guy to talk to.
Hands down, the best engineer in the state. Period.
Yeah, he was very fluid with it. He was doing shit, and I was like, oh, he's doing, like, it was real fast. It was smooth. Like, you could tell he was been doing this shit for 10 years, you know what I mean?
He's the best. Regardless of what anybody thinks, he's the best quality in the state. Until somebody proves me wrong, we don't have nothing to talk about.
Who knows? Maybe you'll go to the studio with Jace or something, or one of these other guys I'm talking about, but I don't know.
I wanna meet this guy. What's his name? Paul Butler? That's his name.
Paul Butler?
His name keeps ringing a bell.
He's worked with Zaire.
I don't know. You might have to get him on
WFC
the
Tony.
phone.
The thing about that is, like, I'm with the Middletown crowd. Like, you know what I mean?
I've never met this guy, and I've met many artists. I haven't met this guy, and his name keeps popping up around. So
you're more of like what I see is, like, a lot of people that are fucking Wilmington, Newport area, Newark area. That's your area? You're a bit more northern than I am.
So these guys are Middletown guys?
Middletown, yeah, more, or yeah, Middletown, Smyrna.
You got a song? You got a song by him on hand right now?
On hand that I could play?
On hand. Yeah,
I could play. All right, I'm gonna get my phone out real quick, but I'll play a really good Paul Butler song. You know.
I want to hear it. Look, it's never. I swear to God, there's never going to be a chance of me ever asking to hear an artist's song. If I didn't hear this man's name, I probably wouldn't even ask. But I've heard his name plenty of times, and I'm like, let me hear. I don't listen to people. I only listen to people I actually personally know, and that's kind of fucked up. But
All right, I'm pulling it up.
he might catch my attention.
I'm so damn fly, flow so divine. I'ma have a house in the hills in due time. Sharpening on my skills, cut through like a knife. Brushing up on my rhymes, working a 9 to 5, over 6 to 12. Still going to school, got the ATM. Still about my money, know I had the Microsoft Excel. Every dollar accounted, every expense is worth. Been a millionaire at birth, just working on my net worth. I'm moving solo cause I got a choice. I reminisce of some years. I call my mama race with the rose gold interior. Exact same color up her home exterior with the open floor plan. One floor, one door. Man, you already know she won't have to run no errands. She work hard enough for little old me. And I'ma pay her back in some years you don't see. Can't forget my dad shout out to TG. And I can't forget my dad shout out to PB. Hold up.
Alright, what do you think about that?
Alright.
Here's another one. If you like Ski Mask, you'll fuck with this one.
Hey. Yeah. Wow. Ay. Leave a nigga red like a stop sign. A lot of these niggas be falsified. Don't claim, don't bang, that's the guideline. Bloodshed, gang bang, and I'm out ties. I ain't got time for the limelight. I be in my own, I be in my mind. White collar crown, book a 9-9. You get lined up, wrong place, wrong time. Keep a 9 in the waist, bit by spine. Niggas Brad Pitt, high, they be giving lines. Know some niggas doing time, know some niggas lie. Know some
Where
niggas
does he
ain't crying,
record?
know some niggas die.
I don't know. I think his house or some shit. I interviewed him. I think he records in his room. I don't know, but I really messed with he could do that Ski Mask shit where he's like, yeah, and he's like fucking Brad Pitt giving out lines, and then he also has the fucking that soul sample, that fucking college dropout. Ooh no, you know what I'm saying? Like I really mess with that shit. Like
You gotta come to gritty.
what?
You gotta come to gritty.
He's got to go to Gritty, man. All right, I'll show him this clip or something. I'll be like, here, he really wants to work with you or some shit. I'll definitely hit him up. I already interviewed him. I just got my friend Drew, the guy who said that your album was better than Pegasus. I got him to co-host the interview with me because he was a big fan of Paul. Yeah, what'd you think of that comment?
How did he hear my album?
Oh, I hung out with him yesterday, New Year's and shit, and I was like playing the album I was like, dude, check this album out. I really think you should hear it. Cause like I don't know, we were just bored and shit. Cause I was waiting for my phone charge because we were walking down the street to get something. And I was like, all right, let me show you this project. And then I played it for him, and then I was like, I actually made the comment. I was like, this shit's better than Pegasus, and he was like, yeah, definitely. Trippie Redd had his shitty year. And but yeah, dude. Do you even listen to Pegasus? Like,
yeah, I wasn't impressed, and I like Trippie Redd a lot. I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm just a guy.
I feel like he has that Uzi potential, but like never will be as big as artistically. There's a certain level that I respect Uzi. Like he can spit. You know what I mean? Like you give him a beat. Like you give Trippie Redd. Okay, let's say you have Uzi and Trippie Redd in the studio, right? You have them battle each other. You give the beat to Trippie. You give the beat to Uzi. Uzi's gonna do better on it. Like that's just how I feel. But like if you give like
both ways.
It depends on the beat though.
It depends on the beat.
Like if it was like some like guitar beat strumming with like some like fucking, you know what I mean? But if it was like some hard, Lil Durk type beat or some shit like that, then like Uzi would He'd do that low main shit where he'd be chopstick came with a live low main. It's the clip, and you know what I mean. He'd go like hard. But if you want to like, Trippie would make something for like the club. Uzi would make something for the gym, if that makes sense, or riding around or something. I feel like Uzi has way more of an appeal, and he's a bit more consistent. But who knows, man? I just feel like they're at such a different level, and I think it's fair to compare them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, I'd say like in 10 years we're gonna give the same way we compare Drake and Kendrick is the same way we'll compare Uzi and Trippie in 10 years. Maybe.
I feel like in 10 years there might not be a comparison. Regardless, bro. My man's Chugga, bro. Me and him argued for years about Uzi. You know how I feel about Uzi. I'm not too fond of the guy. But lately,
yeah,
he's been giving me that vibe where it's like, all right, now we're getting somewhere. So
yeah,
I will say Uzi's here to stay, obviously. But 10 years from now, he's going to be Drake status. To where it's like, you need a song with Uzi in order to be on or to get that buzz.
That's why I've always said that Uzi should never do a song with Drake.
Like right now, Uzi's already to the point where like if you do a song with Uzi, you're going to be buzzing.
I think he's
if you got a song with Uzi, you're buzzing.
I feel like this year was like how Kendrick was when Good Kid, Mad City came out.
Yeah, like Uzi has that gift to where though there's Drake, and then when Drake finally lets go of this shit, there's going to be the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's, the Uzis, and then
Travis.
You're going to have those. Yeah, and then you're going to have the Travis, the Young Thugs, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck Playboi Carti's doing, but he's not going to be in that.
I'm gonna have I'm not a Cardi obsessive with Cardi, but I feel like I respected Whole Lotta Red to an extent. Like,
I heard that shit was garbage. I didn't listen to it. I heard it was garbage.
It's, you know how people look at Yeezus?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they look at Whole Lotta Red. But like, there's a
Can
couple.
you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
All right.
But I can't see you.
All right.
But like, you know how people look at Yeezus by Kanye?
Right.
It's like a couple bangers. You know, everybody was listening to Bound to and Blood on the Leaves, but nobody was listening to I Am a God or Send It Up, you know?
Right.
I personally respect Send It Up and I Am a God, but I do understand that at the time I was looking at Vine compilations of like Blood on the Leaves when the beat drops and everybody's like, blah, blah, you know what I mean? That fucking crazy ass beat drop when the guy like, it'll be like a fight compilation, and then when someone gets punched, the bass drop from, you know, it was more iconic to hear those songs as compared to Send It Up or like fucking I'm In It. But I feel like looking back, I wish I could have appreciated a couple bit more songs. I just, you know, that whole divisiveness, I feel like can be compared at least.
Right.
But, and also it was a disappointment to not hear the Kid Cudi song on it. Oh shit, my toes. What's up, bro? How's he been doing? He was in your music video, right? That's gonna release soon. What's that about?
That's his song. That ain't my song. That's his shit.
Is it out?
Green Light. Nah. Yeah, you know it's about to drop though. It'll probably be out by the time this interview come out.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram and I was like, oh, okay. Fucking good production value right there.
We move silent, you know what I mean? We don't tell people what's going on. We don't tell nobody what we doing. We just do it.
We're smoking on that 2020 pack right now. But yeah, dude, I'm hyped to hear and observe.
We got a lot of shit we got going on, man.
Yeah, you always got something going on. I feel like consistency is key. I mean, as you've seen, Scheme's taking a break, but I feel like
Scheme will be back by the end of the month. I promise you that. Yeah. I have a song. I have a song drop. What's today? The first. I guarantee you by the 15th, Scheme have a song out.
And like that's the whole thing is like I'm not like I don't look down on breaks. Like Jace took a 3-year break from music, and I feel like that's a bit much. But he came back this year, and then dropped two projects this year, and like 2 singles, and then his streams are up hundreds compared to 2016 and 2017 or wherever he took his fucking break. And now I'm his manager, all that bullshit. But I feel like 3 years is a bit fucking much. But I respect that shit.
Technically, he probably don't got your numbers in.
Okay, so we got to talk about the MGK thing. I know we already talked about it before, but we gotta air this out.
MGK the GOAT. We not even gonna talk about him because he the GOAT. We all know he's the GOAT.
All right then, well, did you like his song with Trippy though?
No.
Okay.
But did you see him perform at Times Square last night?
Nah.
Performed at Times Square last night. Anybody's little favorite rapper? You're not getting TV time. Sorry.
Okay, well, in terms of like huge venues
that's a platform. Times Square. Not everybody can perform at Times Square.
No, I'm talking about you though. Like, what huge venue that's like fucking known, like known, you know?
Rolling Loud.
Okay, yes. They're not the digital version, not the Zoom call version, like the actual. You know what I mean?
I would do it either way. If they told me to get on Rolling Loud this year on Zoom, I would do it.
Bro, if Mario Judah could go on there before anybody knew about him, you can get on there. Nobody fucking.
That's my plan. I want to get on Rolling Loud this year.
But the thing is, nobody knew Mario Judah before he fucking got on that shit. Nobody knew who he was. In fact, he blew up off of the Drewski interview there. So we'll set that up, bro. But that's an off-camera discussion. But
yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah.
When Rolling Loud comes up, I want to be on that lineup somewhere. I don't give a fuck if I go first. I want to be on there. I don't care if I get 3 minutes set. I want to get on there. Like I gotta get on Rolling Loud.
Well, what's the song that would be performed? Let's talk about that. What would you pick? You're given one song to pick. Okay.
Street Code or Warzone would be one of the songs I would do because it's going to get a crowd jumping. Warzone would probably be it though because it's going to get a crowd lit. I could probably get a mosh pit going. I could do a lot because the beat hits, especially on loudspeakers.
Yeah. How about okay? I don't like the when someone has to pick one thing. That was my bad. 3. Pick 3. That's a more interesting thing to hear. You're given
Warzone.
10 minutes.
Warzone. I got a song with Timmy B and Quan. It's called Japanese. Okay. And then I'll do one more, and it'll probably be Dangerous, just to give them a mix up.
Yeah. I'd also like to see. This is just in general. It would be cool to see you do fucking boy band in a concert. That would be cool. Are you proud of that song? Because that's like one of my favorite songs off the project.
It's hard. You know what I mean? It's just one of them ones where you
look at it like how you look at Closer.
Right.
Okay, I understand that.
It's just one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like how Drake looks at Tizzy Slide.
Yeah, it's just one of them. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. I asked this earlier. Do you have the puppy yet? The one you're looking
for? Not yet.
Man, bro, you gotta text me a picture of that when you see that. I'm so fucking hyped to see this shit. But anyway,
I know, me too.
Yeah, bro. Like, we need a list though. I want a list. Who exactly is on Gritty 2700? Like, I need a definite list. Is it more? You said it was a loosely collective type of thing, but do you know? Would you want to shout out everybody on it just to end this out?
We got Montos, we got Scheme, we got KT. He an artist and a producer. We got swishythagod. We got motherfucking Zaire Herman. He has his own label, but he gang. So, you know,
Yeah.
I don't. You know, we got affiliates. You know what I mean? We got affiliates that's 2700. You know, we got Be Nice. He
Like not
2700. He
definitely
affiliate. Like
signed.
he not an artist. He got FCB. You see what I'm saying? But that's family though. So he 2700 by family. You
Is
know what I
Liv
mean?
affiliated?
Live affiliated too. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Did you hear a
we
new
got a bunch of
single?
people
I,
over
I,
here.
I assume you heard a new single.
I was the first person. You know what I mean? That got it. Yeah, that's yours. First person that got it. We got a lot of people affiliated with 2700, but
Yeah.
D Star. You know what I mean? Who am I missing? I said everybody. Like, I done said everybody, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm missing somebody. Said that. KT said that.
It's Swishy got a new project coming out soon because I really like that last one. I feel like your song was the best, but like I think I might have told you this over text. I was like, it goes like I ranked them. I was like Swishy. I think the best one was like Rugga's, FFA Joe, and then the other bull, Kid Guap or something.
I think that was in order. The song list, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Or I
that's
think
how
that was
that's
probably the
in terms
second
of
song.
quality.
Oh, of course, you know.
I think Kid Guap is good, but like he's got a bit to work on.
Yeah, he's about to drop another one. It's gonna be dope. He's gonna drop another one. So
yeah. I'm hyped to hear that. But I feel like we covered a lot. Do you have anything you want to announce before we wrap up?
Heartbreak Hotel next month. You know what I mean?
Song or
One of my
project?
best. It's gonna be a project. Gonna be the best project I put out up to date.
I'm hyped to hear that.
You know what I mean? They gonna love that one. We got another project dropping as a whole label collective. So that'll show you who really on the label or not.
Dude, that's the hypest thing actually to see. I really like. That's gonna be like fucking What label did that before? You know what I mean?
We the new Death Row, dog. We the new Death Row.
Yes, that's what I was.
We the new Death Row. We the new NWA. We the Death Row. We everything right now. Like,
yeah. Well, you do represent a sound or an area, so.
And everybody dropping a solo tape this year. So.
As did NWA, Death Row did. They did represent the West Coast, but we're fucking Mid-Atlantic, okay? You know, Delaware, Mid-Atlantic, you know. We're fucking building a sound, and I respect that. Anyways.
Yeah, we got projects coming. Everybody.
Stick around after. And thanks for watching. Links below to Dangerous. New song by Rugga Gambino. Kicking off the new year with some fucking heat, okay? You know?
Sure.
Thanks for watching or listening. Give a rating if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, or if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, and click one of the links below to his music and Instagram. And sponsors in the description. You know, we got the new Audible trial from Amazon. Shouts out to Amazon.
For shit show.
See ya.